I hope y'all are enjoying the view. See that view right here? Come on. Who can ask for more? Who can ask for more? I'm sure there's some of you who can't ask for more, but this is it's really gorgeous. Okay, sorry. Let me just such a hot mess. I just really wanted to get my intro right because the last two episodes I didn't, and I need to like get into this whole YouTube thing. Okay, so welcome to Fortune Travels. Follow me on my journey of healing through food, travel, and spirituality. Okay, that's how we gonna do it today. Or this week, I guess. Okay, so that was the intro. Wow. I feel like these videos are gonna get like maybe 50 views, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, welcome back. So last episode we left off at Tulum and what was I doing in Tulum? And my spiritual journey in Tulum and how I was making my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, my routine was on point. This was like the first time in my life where I felt like I did that, you know? Like it's like I had a routine. I was waking up, I was meditating, I was learning a language, I was exercising, and I still had time to go to the beach. Like it was such an incredible experience. And it was great to know that I had the power to do that. It was amazing. But like I said, it only lasted about 2.5 months. I think I said 2 months, 3 months, I don't know, 2.5 months. And it's because I started traveling. So I wanted to go somewhere else after Tulum because it was getting crowded. And I was like, I felt like that truck. That's how I felt. It's struggling down that hill. Oh my God. Anyway, okay, so right. I started to look up other beach places in Mexico and came across Puerto Escondido. And this seemed perfect because it was a surfing town. I was like, sure, that sounds great. But I missed a really important fact, which was the earthquakes. The earthquakes. I totally missed the earthquakes, that was like a earthquake area. But anyway, I flew to Puerto Escondido and what did I do? I spent the first 2 weeks at a really, really, really beautiful spot. It was like the top floor of this apartment complex overlooking I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Overlooking Zicatela, I think Zicatela Beach, yeah. And it was just gorgeous. I felt like I was on cloud 9. That spot was amazing. I was able to still go inward and continue with my routine because I was still alone, traveling alone. And it was amazing. Oh man, I'm like reminiscing about that right now. And it was just so beautiful. My routine was amazing. I love to cook, so my food was delicious. Oh my God. And there was this restaurant not a restaurant. I don't know what they're called. Basically, what is it? It's like a posada, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, to be honest. But there was a restaurant owned by this older lady, and she just made different dishes every week. She would have like 7 or 8 dishes out, and then you could get like a box of just fried fish with napoles. Napoles. Am I saying that right? I think I'm saying that right. Anyway, cactus basically, and she had this cactus salad that I loved. And you could get all of this for like 60 pesos. And I don't remember what the conversion is, but it was really good food. It was really good food. I would eat there. There was another spot like down the street, a bakery that made this amazing dark chocolate ganache cake. Okay, and when I say that was the best cake I ever had, that was the best cake I ever had. Okay, it was so good. It was so good. But I'll just live my best life. But that place was a little expensive, so I had to find a cheaper place to go. And so I end up going to another spot where I meet this girl from Korea. South Korea, obviously. I mean, not obviously. I guess there's some people from North Korea, but I have never met them in my life. So if I ever say my Korean friend, I mean South Korea. Okay. And so I started traveling with her, and then that's kind of when that little routine that I had done for about 3 months at this point, it kind of just went down the hill. Because with traveling, it's just, when you at a different place, like every other week, I don't know, it's exhausting to travel, and then the routine, it's just really hard. And maybe there is a traveler out there that aced the routine, that can travel and have a consistent routine throughout the year. I mean, sure, there's probably somebody out there who can do that, but do you really want a routine when you travel? You know, really, really. Like, part of like traveling is the spontaneity and like the ability to just go somewhere for one day and have an adventure, you know. And if you have like a routine, you can't really do the adventure anymore. Anyway, so I'm traveling with her, and it's great. You know, we go to like Punta Zicatela, which is an amazing viewpoint. If you go to Puerto Escondido, check it out. What else? Like, we went to Chikawa. That was another place that very few people go to, but it's like on the top of my list. If you go to Puerto Escondido, you have to go to Chikawa. It's an adventure to get there, but it's very well like worthwhile. It's so beautiful. And then in Chikawa is where we met our Colombian friends. Now, at this point in Chikawa, when we first met them, we happened to share like the hostel, I guess, or hotel, because you can't book a hotel in advance when you go to Chikawa. You have to get there, walk around, negotiate, see what the prices are, and then you pick one. So we found a place, and we're just chilling. We see these people, and for me, the crazy part is, like, for me, all of these people look familiar. And you can read into that, you can interpret it how you want. But all of these random, like, Colombians, they look familiar to me. And I'm like, this is really weird. I feel like I've seen all these people before. And But the funny part is, when we were in Chicago, we talked to them a little bit, but we didn't really, like, me and my Korean friend, we didn't really talk to them until the end, when we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to San Jose del Pacifico, which is like a plant medicine capital of Mexico. That's how I'm gonna put it. For those of you who know, you know. Okay. And we tell them, like, literally on our way out, like, hey, are you guys going to be there too? They're like, yeah, we're going to be there. In a couple of days, we're going to go to Puerto Escondido first. And we're like, okay, bet, we'll see you guys there. Literally, this is like the conversation we have with them. We didn't really get to know them at all. Fast forward to San Jose del Pacifico, and we're there, and we decide to do a plant medicine ceremony. And we do it with the group. Wow, am I really gonna, I'm like getting a little nervous telling y'all about this experience. But it's okay, it's okay. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Let's just get into it. So we do our first ceremony all together with these Colombian people, and they're amazing. They're like so welcoming and nice. And actually the first time we go over to their little cabin, they buy us dinner, and they're just super nice. We're just chilling. We're like, hey, we wanted to do the plant medicine ceremony. They're like, yeah, we do too. And they're just so welcoming and so kind. And, they didn't have to buy us dinner. Like, we told them we got it, but they were just very inviting. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, wow, like, this is how Colombians are? Like, this is how Colombians are? Like, this is amazing. They're better than Americans. Like, they're so welcoming and so nice. Like, I was just so impressed. I was so impressed and so at awe at how how nice all of these people were. And yeah, just really incredible people, incredible time. So we talk about how we want to do the plant medicine ceremony, so we do it the next day. And we do it with a guide. We do a Temazcal ceremony. But it was Temazcal is basically like a sweat lodge ceremony, if you've done sweat lodge ceremonies in the States. I did one in college, so maybe that's really where my spiritual journey started. We ain't gonna get into it though, okay? It's too late for that. We already on episode 3. That is sweat lodge ceremony. We did a Temazcal ceremony, but there was no shaman to like facilitate, not shaman, but there's no way to facilitate the ceremony. It wasn't as cleansing as the sweat lodge ceremony that I did in college. So I mean, I kind of had that experience. So I was like, okay, this is more for tourists, whatever. Okay, but I still enjoyed it. We still had a good time. I think what did we sing? We sang "Young, Wild, and Free." This was the song that the Colombians knew. I knew. My Korean friend knew. Like, craziness. It's hilarious. We're like literally doing Temazcal and singing the song. Anyway. And then we do our mushroom in the evening, and it's great. We see bright colors. It's very full of like young, like sunny energy. And so we do this, and then the next day we want to do another one. We're like, okay, I think we're ready for like the big league. Let's do a more intense one. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm really like, at this point I was like, I need to heal. They tell me this plant medicine is healing. And and so I'm like, yes, let's do it. I already know where to get the medicine from. I had a friend who connected me at La Cumbre, I think is what it's called. If you're looking for plant medicine in San Jose del Pacifico, go to La Cumbre. Yeah, I hope I'm saying that right, but go there. I mean, we'll see. At the moment, there was a guy who specialized in identifying good plant medicine, because when you go to San Jose del Pacifico, there's gonna be a bunch of people trying to sell you this, but you want to make sure it's from a good source, and you want to make sure that the mushrooms, the plant medicine, you want to make sure that the plant medicine is fresh. Anyway, so we grab it and we're like, okay, let's do this. Let's go on a hike to the top of the mountain and do our ceremony there. Now, here's the thing. I love Colombians. I love them so much. But time is none of their concern. It's just, I think, like, this is the thing about San Jose del Pacifico. If you want to go hiking, you have to leave early in the morning, because by 2 p.m. during the rainy season, it starts raining regardless. It like every single day, it just starts raining. So you have to go early in the morning. So we meet up for breakfast at around, I think, 10, because everyone was super, like, tired from the day before. But we really don't start hiking until maybe 12, 1 o'clock. By the time we get up the mountain, it's pouring rain, and we're like, okay, we can't, and it's really cold. San Jose Pacifico is really, really cold. So we're like, we can't do the ceremony here. It's not the most comfortable environment. But honestly, this is the weird part. This is me and my Korean friend. The Colombians, it was like the cold wasn't there. It didn't even faze them that it was raining. I think, honestly, well, if they were by themselves, I don't know if they would have still done the ceremony. But look, like, it was just incredible to be with them, because they were so in the moment. Nothing else mattered. The rain, the fact that our clothes were soaked and wet didn't matter. The fact that it was freezing cold didn't matter. Of course, my, like, American butt was, like, stressed and, like, like, being like, I want to get out of this. I'm uncomfortable, right? It's an uncomfortable environment, because being cold and wet it's not comfortable. But anyway, at some point, they tried to build a fire in the rain, but I was like, this isn't gonna, what, the fire, it's right, the logs are wet. How are we gonna build a fire with wet logs? But again, I'm really in awe of how in the moment they are, because, like, it was eye-opening to me. It was very eye-opening. like there were no worries. And for me, this is such a beautiful part of Colombian culture. Um, it is a double-edged sword, like with everything, but this was amazing. Anyway, so we don't light the fire. There's no fire on the, like, it's not gonna happen. We head back down, and on our way back down, we start our ceremony. And the ceremony was intense, but I'm gonna leave the details for next week. Okay, I'll see y'all. Peace. Sorry, it's just like, I'm sorry. I know some of y'all are like, why is she doing this to us? But I gotta keep y'all watching. I gotta keep the story going. I gotta keep it interesting. So this is how I'm gonna do that, because I know at the end of the day, there ain't much to see on these videos. So, but yeah, I'll see y'all next week. Peace.